On this episode of CityView, X Games. X marks the spot right here in Austin. Cat crises. Local shelters are running out of space. And Honor Flight. Help our World War II veterans see a memorial dedicated in their honor. Thanks for joining us. I'm your host, Carol Barish. Those stories and more, but first, ESPN, the leading action sports content provider and creator of the X Games, has chosen Austin as the next North American host city for the X Games. The Texas Capitol will host an X Games summer event for 4 years beginning in May 2014 at the new 1,500-acre Circuit of the Americas in Southeast Austin. The selection follows a highly competitive 8-month-long process in which Austin ultimately edged out Chicago, Detroit, and Charlotte, North Carolina.
You know, Austin is a city on the move. According to Forbes magazine, we're growing faster than any other large city in the entire country, and winning big events like this are part of what makes Austin one of the very best places in America to live, work, and to play.
This summer, area animal shelters are experiencing a cat crisis. There is no additional room for cats or kittens at area shelters. This includes the Austin Animal Center, the Austin Humane Society, and Austin Pets Alive. In mid-July, these 3 shelters housed 2,000 cats and kittens. Animal welfare leaders came together to address the overcrowded population and asked the community for support by adopting or fostering a cat, and also reminded the community to spay or neuter their pets.
This time of year, intake is very high and adoptions are lower than usual. It's summer break and people are on vacation. So this time of year, it really gets us into a position where we need to ask for some extra help. And people could foster, they can please come and adopt, they can volunteer, they can make donations. All of those things will help us in this situation right now.
Additionally, shelter staff asked pet owners to stop bringing their owner-surrendered cats to the shelter, to find alternative homes for these cats, and to only use the animal shelter as a last resort to drop off their pets. Robert Lynch, president and CEO of Americans for the Arts, recently gave a presentation on the benefits of cultural and heritage tourism for local artists, arts organizations, and creative businesses, and how Austin can align with national tourism initiatives. Lynch has served for 25 years as the president of Americans for the Arts, the national organization dedicated to advancing the arts and arts education in people's lives, schools, and communities. He also serves on the U.S. Travel Advisory Board and Advisory Group to the Commerce Department.
You bring, all of you, the gift that America needs right now. This secret weapon, the gift of the arts today. And I say secret weapon because it is part of the solution to so many of America's problems. And you yourselves know that, those of you who are working with programs where the arts are helping social change in some way, or economic change in some way, or job creation in some way. 50% of American hospitals today have arts programs because it helps the healing process happen faster.
The city's Cultural Arts Division of the Economic Growth and Redevelopment Services Office invited Lynch to Austin in support of a local cultural tourism planning effort funded in part by a National Endowment for the Arts grant. The City of Austin's Small and Minority Business Resources Department, SMBR, invites the public to comment on its proposed Disadvantaged Business Enterprise Plan. The Federal Aviation Administration requires the city to publish a proposal of how the city will use socially and economically disadvantaged businesses on transportation projects funded by federal dollars. SMBR has drafted a plan for 2014-2016 and is asking the public to view the plan and submit any comments for how the city will set the goals based on anticipated projects at Austin Bergstrom International Airport. SMBR's director, Veronica Lara, wants the public to know a few points about the proposed plan.
Our proposed disadvantaged business enterprise goal of 9.6% is derived from participation of DBEs on previous aviation projects, as well as proposed projects that the airport is considering for the next 3 years, and the availability of DBEs in our metropolitan area. The plan is an important document because it gives us a structure and a guideline for applying our DBE program. However, what's important to consider is that it is a working document. If we anticipate additional projects for the airport or other transportation projects, we can amend our plan. We can also, if we see change in availability, we have that opportunity to amend as well. Our practice and our continued practice will be to evaluate each project on a project-by-project basis, and this plan allows us that flexibility to do so.
To view the plan, visit the city's website at austintexas.gov/DBE-plan or stop by SMBR's office at 4201 Ed Bluestein Boulevard, Austin, Texas 78721, weekdays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. The deadline to submit comments to SMBR will be on August 15th at 5 p.m. If you would like to voice your opinion of the plan, you can email comments to dbepubliccomments@austintexas.gov. If you have any questions, please call 512-974-7677. Of all the wars in recent memory, it was World War II that truly threatened our very existence as a united and free nation. A memorial was built in Washington, D.C. 60 years after the conclusion of the war, and many surviving veterans have never seen it. The Honor Flight Austin mission will transport World War II veterans from 14 surrounding counties to our nation's capital to see the memorial. According to the data released by the Veterans Administration, our World War II veterans are dying at a rate of over 600 a day, so time is of the essence.
I think that was the most wonderful trip that I've ever made in my life. It was a beautiful affair. People, I never had that much attention in my life. I thought, no wonder rock stars like to do things like this. Anyway, that's what we did, and we got to see all the monuments, all that, the World War II monument, the Korean monument, and the Vietnam monument, and Air Force and Navy and Marines. We saw it all, and it was delightful, really and truly.
The primary source of funding for Honor Flight Austin is from individual and corporate sponsors, and the challenge is to raise $120,000. You can donate at austinhonorflight.org. The challenge ends August 15th. That's all for this edition of CityView. I'm your host, Carol Barish. Our next episode airs Friday, August 9th. Thanks for watching.